John Michael Hakeem Gibson, better known by his stage name Cash Out, is a rapper from Atlanta, Georgia. He was acquitted in 2009 after being accused with possessing a firearm in Clayton County, Georgia, when he was 19 years old. His early run-in with the law served as a wake-up call, and he used music as a method to refocus his life and steer clear of any possible illegal activity. The more significant legal problems that would eventually mar his career, including charges of prostitution, sex trafficking, and RICO offenses, were preceded by this occurrence. After signing with Epic Records, Cash Out released his 2011 single Cashing Out, which became a platinum-certified hit and peaked at number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100. He released his first mixtape, It's My Time, and a follow-up single, Big Booty, in July 2012 as a result of the popularity. In 2013, he and Future worked together on the song Another Country. When he signed with E1 Music in 2014 after leaving Epic Records, he released She Twerking, which peaked at number 100 on the Billboard Hot 100. Let's Get It, his first studio album, made its debut on the Billboard 200. Cash Out's legal trouble started after he was arrested in a Georgia prostitution sting in June 2019, seriously jeopardizing his music career. Even if the 2019 arrest specifics were unclear at the time, it was just the start of the more serious allegations that would come. In June 2023, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office filed a 41-count indictment against Gibson and 5 other defendants. Rape, aggravated sodomy, human trafficking, and holding victims at gunpoint were among the offenses listed in the indictment. He was accused by the prosecution of enticing vulnerable women into prostitution by promising them money and status in his brand. Additionally, prosecutors accused Gibson's cousin Tyrone Taylor and his mother Linda Smith, better known as Mama Cash, of using their record label, Pyrex Music Group LLC, as a front for racketeering and sex trafficking. The group ran a sex trafficking business for more than 7 years, using coercion and deceit to exploit women. Their operations were based out of a house in the Carroll Heights neighborhood and a hotel close to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. In addition, Mama Cash was charged with self-prostitution, and victims were housed at a leased home under her name. The trial, which started in June 2025 and lasted more than 7 weeks, attracted a lot of attention. One juror described the prosecution's evidence as compelling and extensive, citing surveillance footage, cell phone records, and victim testimony. Contrary to what the victims claimed, Cash Out's lawyers contended that the women involved voluntarily linked with Gibson. The charges were deemed overblown by Gibson's lawyer, who also claimed that the state had not provided sufficient evidence. Additionally, he mentioned that Gibson had rejected the prosecution's offer of a 25-year plea agreement prior to trial, claiming his innocence and insisting on having his case heard. On July 18, 2025, a jury convicted Cash Out guilty on a number of charges, including rape, aggravated sodomy, 2 counts of human trafficking, pimping, pandering, operating a place of prostitution, battery, and RICO offenses. His conviction for felony aggravated assault was upheld. His cousin was found guilty of rape, sex trafficking, and aggravated sodomy, while his mother was found guilty of 1 count of sex trafficking. On July 21, 2025, Judge Melynee Leftridge of the Fulton County Superior Court sentenced Cash Out to 70 years in jail to run concurrently with life in prison without the possibility of release. Tyrone Taylor was given life plus 70 years, and Linda Smith was given 30 years. All 3 were prohibited from interacting with victims and their families and were required to register as sexual offenders. In light of the extent of the harm done to the victims, the judge referred to the defendants' actions as diabolical and the very worst of human behavior. During the sentencing hearing, Cash Out called the jury's verdict a wrong judgment and compared himself to Jesus in an attempt to prove his innocence and argued that he had been wrongfully accused. He denied forcing women into intercourse and implied that witnesses had been bullied into testifying. Although Mama Cash apologized and said she was prayerful for the victims, Tyrone Taylor denied any wrongdoing. From his arrest in 2019 to his conviction and life sentence in 2025 for running a sex trafficking ring and committing associated violent crimes, Cash Out's ascent to popularity was marred by grave criminal activity. Cash Out is currently incarcerated. His music career has effectively come to an end. His legacy and the lives he impacted have been affected by his crimes.